On the banks of the Mississippi River, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, a storied venue, and soon the fog will rise off the Big Muddy, and will it also bring a victory for the beloved Bayou Bengals, Tiger Stadium, home of LSU. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the Marshall Thundering Herd, taking on a team from the SEC, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Marshall will kick off to get the festivities started. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The offense set for a first down play. Hands it off. At the 35, he's loose. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. How about that tough, hard-nosed running? Rich legacy of that at LSU. Reminds me of Charles Alexander.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was a part of that legacy, Reese, on the other side when Justin Vincent rushed for over 200 yards in the SEC Championship game, and that's what you see LSU. That's what I've always thought of watching them growing up. When you watch the way they run their offense, usually it starts with the physicality and the ground game.
Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. They go to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Man, how about that defense? On the snap, they are in the backfield with great penetration. Nowhere to go for the running back. That defense was sitting on G, waiting on O.
A third and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab on the left. Turns it on at midfield. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
LSU moving the ball quickly down the field. Use the play fake, now to throw. Zings it complete to the right. Got room at the 35. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Death Valley has a well-earned rep of being intimidating. It is nice to be the quarterback, to have everything on your side.
And have everything quiet. It's the loudest place by far that I ever played. I mean, for an entire game, they are on their feet, yelling, screaming. Now, listen, we can't play all the words they're yelling, Reese, but they are an intimidating crowd.
Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26. These two conferences largely share the same geographic footprint, and the ACC loves it when they can take down a team from the SEC.
And we see these two conferences play each other oftentimes early in the season, late in the season. David, think about Clemson, South Carolina, Florida, Florida State. These players have a lot of familiarity with one another.
And this already matters so much to these kids because they grew up in the same area a lot of times, like Bruce was talking about with footprint. But how about in the past, too? When your undefeated league champion gets left out of the playoff for an SEC team, a little more fuel for the fire.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Wants to throw on third. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and you don't see very many quarterback hits on screens. You know, the offense wants to bluff real quick and make it look like pass, and then the quarterback's supposed to pop up, look like pass, and quickly get rid of it. You could tell timing all wrong. It was all jacked up, and that play went absolutely nowhere.
It's good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. He's looking to throw. Fires to the big fella. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. They'll try to bully their way for the first. Still running at the 40. Afterburners coming. Inside the 30. The 10. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Hurd!
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Fair catch, called for and made. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. The give to the back. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score. Marshall 7, LSU 3.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. On the move. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. LSU right back to the line. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Looking to throw on second down. They're working that left side. And he goes down after making the grab. Picked up a few, but he's still short of the first down marker. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
They're going to try to throw for it on third down. It's complete to the right. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
They'll go to the ground. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
Nice run there on first down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Wide receiver shows motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. Inside the 25. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut, or I can throw it and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things. And you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
He leaves it with the back. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Fullback's got it. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
Those fullbacks are grown men. Those guys are constantly hitting linebackers and blocking the whole entire game. So when you get a chance to give the big boy the ball, it's always, and you know what it is? It's a morale boost for everybody on the whole field. Everybody gets jacked up, and he finally gets to touch the football.
This offense can get a jolt of momentum headed to the locker room if they can take the lead here. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Looking to throw. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
They'll try to dial up a better one this time on 2nd and goal from the 5. Little touch pass to the receiver. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Try to barge their way in. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here, Paul.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I miss, they got to go the whole length of the field to score a touchdown.
Fourth and goal from the 3, and the offense will stay out there and try to finish the deal. From the gun, they're bringing heat. And it's incomplete, a missed opportunity.
Well, great defense on that one. They were ready for pass, and they forced the incompletion. They're coming off the field. That's a big win for this defense.
The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. We'll see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. From his end zone, he'll go up top. Fires to the big fella. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play call.
Trying to pick it up on the ground. Fighting off the defender. And he'll have to check his fillings after that flick, but he did get the first down. Marshall back at it with another 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. They've got the screen set up. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
And there you go. You see, you don't have to throw bombs to get big plays in the passing game. Just screen it to your running back. As soon as he catches it, he gets upfield. And how about the downfield blocking by these linemen and the wide receivers as they rip off that explosive play.
They're trying to get to it. And they'll stop him just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. And the quarterback's by his lonesome on 2nd and inches. He's looking to throw. Buying some time. He'll try to do it himself. Nice job there to limit the running room, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
There's nothing more annoying defensively than this. You got a guy bottled up, great coverage, boom. He escapes out of it, pulls a rabbit out of a hat. Next thing you know, he scrambles, gets a 1st down. Now I got a new set of problems I got to deal with.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. DB's right up on the receivers. They'll throw it on 1st down. Pulls it in. It's Armstrong.
Hey, on offense, you just got to stay ahead of the sticks, and a big part of that is finding positive production on 1st down. When you've got this guy in the backfield, there's a lot of ways you can do that. You're going to hand it off to him, but how about dialing up the pass play on 1st down and just letting him go to work?
Fires and picked off. Takes it the other way. The 30. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. He'll always remember this moment.
And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a 3 spot on the board. And for the 2nd time, they'll go for the field goal. The first one was good, and they'll try from 42. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. LSU will put foot to leather to start the 2nd half. So much for the touchback. Here he comes. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Marshall takes over the ball. The Thundering Herd offense coming out. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue.
Got a lot of room to the right. He's at the 40. At the 20. Touchdown, Thundering Herd. And once he got loose, it was all over.
Number 6.
You're not going to keep the lid on this guy forever. Sooner or later, he's going to get loose.
He is. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I mean, this dude can make plays. That's why you keep feeding it to him, because at some point, he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Miami is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now. But those fans that were there when the U was the U, they know this game is not over. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Nebraska. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Trying to get to him. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. And that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Using the quick game.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. They'll try to get the first through the air. Steps away. Forced to just throw it away on 3rd down, and now they face 4th.
I don't hate the play call there on 3rd and short either, because you try to catch them off guard. 3rd and short on your own side of the 50. It's not there. Throw it away. Now, if you want to go for it now and run it, now's the time to do it on 4th down.
LSU will bring the punt team on the field. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Pulls it in. That's where they'll mark him a very productive play and a first down. They get a nice pickup on this crossing route against the zone, and everybody executed in unison, Jesse.
Yeah, and Reese, this offense, they've got a plan in the passing game. They've got some stuff ready for man coverage, and they've got some zone beaters as well. Just saw one there on the crossing route.
Movement here from the tight end. Trying to find his man on first down. Unloads it left. Incomplete, and very lucky that one wasn't picked off. And man, could they have used that? It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, and on defense, you just got to be able to finish that play. That defender had the football in his hands. He's just got to catch it. That should have been an interception.
They'll try the left side. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
I think Jesse and Reese could call offensive plays for any team if they're having this much success on the ground. It starts with the ground game, right? Like, you can chew up these kind of plays, then I can play action later on and take shots. But right now, defense has first got to stop the run game that's been chewing them up.
Here comes the option. Now the toss. Ran through the contact. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection.
Right away after picking up a first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back, and I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
Well, you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And the ball's on the ground. Oh, the fumble, and the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. To fumble that ball away in the red zone, that is just a shot to the solar plexus.
And you have to know the situation. You've got to know where you are in the game. This late down in the red zone, at all costs, you cannot turn it over. And that's just an example, I think, of a guy trying to do too much. Just trying to come up with the highlight-type play at a time where you just got to know the play's over and go down.
You see all this movement in football now, all the stem, the defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this running back.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. And now on second down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And that defender was just smothering the quarterback on that screen attempt. You know, the QB's taught to hold on to it to the last possible second. He had no shot trying to negotiate that defender.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Makes his connection.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. On his way back from the 20. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the third quarter. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Found that space and picked up 6 out to the 33.
And I think this is where coaches really earn their money late in games, right? It's in the fourth quarter. You got the lead. Do you want to stay conservative and run the football? Because I see the defenses, they start to get aggressive, and so sometimes you can take the other hand and take advantage of it.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. They'll try to get it through the air. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? He was looking for running room, but they get him down at the 28, and now they are set up.
Let's go. Talk about leaving the door open. Yes, please. You think they might run the clock out, run the football consistently? No, sir. They put it in the air. We forced the interception. Great job by the defense. When they needed it the most, they came through.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. After punting the last time they had it, they ought to be set up for a much better result with this drive.
This offense better be licking their chops. You're not going to start with better field possession than this all game, Dave.
You ain't lying. Forget about the last possession and what we did. You're already in scoring position. Take care of that football. Make sure you get some points.
He's brought down solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
Well, no question. They've got to score a touchdown to get the 2-point conversion here. But that's a good start to this 2-minute drive. You always want to get it going. You want to get that momentum going, put the defense on their heels. They accomplished that with the last throw.
They'll line up for a second down play. The give to the tailback. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. LSU quick to the line. Quarterback checking off. Here's the handoff. And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
Looking down the middle. That ball is intercepted at the goal line. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
And that is a backbreaker. It's fourth down, though. Listen, you got to throw the football. You got to try to make a play. But the defense came up big in a big moment.
He'll let one fly from deep in his own territory. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets him 30-plus.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws, just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. Off the play fake. They get to him as he throws. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell in.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. Running to the left. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They have the lead in a one-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow, but this carries big-time risk on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
Yeah, and the offense goes for the knockout punch. They wanted to get the first down, run out this clock, take the dub. Now their defense is going to have to come out and step up big for them and make sure they don't give up any points.
They're going to open this drive with a pass. He makes the connection. They make the stop, but the sweet pull and catch is plenty to give them a first down. The clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Quarterback will audible. He wants to throw. Finds the tight end. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one. LSU right back to the line. Going up top on first down. Firing to the right, complete. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
Tackle is made after the first down. This upset bid has been brewing since the start of the game, seemingly, and they are in a world of hurt at this moment, guys.
Yeah, keep the pedal to the floor, right? Don't let up. You've done a great job. You're the perceived underdog. You've taken control of this football game. Jesse, you got the formula right now. You got them right where you want them.
Yeah, they've thrown.
And the ball is picked off. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
It's such a fine line offensively. Late in the game, you got to score, you got to make big plays, but you can't turn the football over. Big-time mistake. This one might cost them.
The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. So that defense keeps the lead right where it is and a chance to build on it, David.
Yeah, the defense did a great job. Now, the offense, you know what you're going to get from this defense. They have to be aggressive to try.
Off he goes. The 40. Inside the 30. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17.
Less than 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and they've got the lead, so this is where you have to be able to run the football. If you can get a hat on a hat up front and just give these running backs a crease, they can get you the yards necessary to end this game.
They'll leave it with him. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Now the play fake. That's caught. It's Tootin. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game.
Love the play call offensively because you've got the lead. The defense expects you to run the ball. You just did it the previous play, so there you dial up play action, set up an easy throw, and you keep the clock ticking.
And he gets it into the end zone for the touchdown, and it's not just a touchdown. It is a dagger in this game.
That is exactly what you want your offense to do. You want it to eat clock, but if you score, go up by 2 possessions, nail, meet, coffin, great execution by this offense to put this game away.
Takes a snap, wants to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
LSU 6.
From inside the 15, here's the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Offense getting set for first down. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Comes out throwing on first down. Got him downfield. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. Open a drive like that, it opens a world of possibilities. First down from the 43. He's going to pass. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
That's another example of just really good football. This is why they've built the lead here in the second half. Nice job pressuring the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, coming into somebody else's building and keeping it really, really quiet.
On second down, they'll take to the air. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains.
All right, you've dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the second half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. They make the stop, and the clock strikes 0, and that will do it for this one. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is over.